Hey, what's going on, guys? Willis here. We are back with another Destiny 2 video. So real quick, before the video begins, I've got my last emblem to give away. If you guys would like a chance to win the new exclusive emblem Bungie announced a few days ago, feel free to support the video with a like, leave a comment down below if you want to. This isn't required to enter, but obviously it just helps support the video out a ton. It's the last emblem, so I'll have more to give away in the future as well. But yeah, in this video, guys, I'm going to be showing you a cool little farming spot you can do this week on the Leviathan. Obviously, if you watched one of my last videos, you could pretty much farm the dogs in the Leviathan raid. If you guys are not aware, Bungie changed it so pretty much you can essentially farm the raid encounters over and over again, and you can just get drops. Now, this is super good for just getting a bunch of Callus tokens, which then can be used to just buy god rolled gear if you want to. You can also get the curated gear, so you can get curated armor pieces, curated weapons, which when you dismantle them, they will drop enhancement cores. And these enhancement cores, or masterwork cores, whatever you want to call them, can be used to obviously masterwork your gear, put more mods on, and it's just a good thing to farm. Honestly, if you're kind of behind on the cores and you just kind of need a bunch of legendary shards, this is by far the best thing you can be doing right now. While Destiny is in sort of this like downtime where we're basically just preparing for the next DLC, having a bunch of legendary shards, masterwork cores, and just god rolled gear is going to come in super handy. But yeah, enough talking. How do you do this farm? So the first thing you kind of want to make sure you have is the contender ghost shell. Now what this will allow you to do, it will basically allow you to get exotics that you don't have. So if you're still collecting exotics, it's super handy. Bungie actually nerfed this ghost shell to, I think they did something to the bright engrams, so you basically just can't get bright engrams anymore, but it's still a pretty awesome ghost shell to have. You get this from the last encounter in the Leviathan, so maybe it's worth even grinding out the last boss a few times before doing this farm. But yeah, this week is the bath, and it's a pretty fast encounter. Obviously, you want to make sure you put it on prestige. Make sure you have a team. If you guys are looking to form a team, you can either go in the Destiny 2 LFG or jump in my Discord, discord.gg/Willis. Last week, we had a bunch of people farming the dogs encounter. This week is no different. It just takes a tiny bit longer to do than dogs, but nothing too out of the way. But yeah, let's show you guys how to do the skip, so you can pretty much just skip straight to the encounter. Obviously, you can do the sort of little first encounter that's there, and you can kind of get a chance at an extra exotic drop. But if you just want to pull your whole fire team to the encounter, you can pretty much do this. It takes under a minute to get there, and this is probably what you want to be doing just to speed things up when you can farm it over and over again. So instead of the right side this time, we're going to the left side, and you pretty much want to count, I guess, 4 rings up. Once you get to the 4th one, jump in the little gap by here, and you can also drop down to this little sort of ledge area by here. When you see this little gap, basically drop through it, and you kind of want to run up the ramp and then run down. If the door doesn't load, just run up a bit further and then come back down a bit further. I have noticed as well that apparently if you don't have locked frames on PC, it'll actually just spawn you in a different location when you jump through that door. So make sure your frames are locked. And yeah, you'll be to this little like rotisserie room. Just jump across it, and it's pretty much just located at the end of the corridor. You just have to keep going through, make a left, and you're pretty much at the encounter. From there, you can either kill yourself or just jump into one of the little bath thingies, and this will basically wipe, and it will pull your whole team. But yeah, I'll give you guys the quick rundown on the fight. Pretty much there's 4, I guess, bath plates. The prestige encounter pretty much requires you to do a bunch of nonsense, which you won't need to do. I'll explain in a minute. But have obviously 4 people on a plate, and then obviously you want to have 2 runners on each side to basically go around and refresh the buff. Pretty much you just have to stand on the plate and make sure all the chains come up. Like I said, you can watch an in-depth guide on this. If you are, I guess, a Destiny veteran, you probably already know how to do this. But the challenge mode, or I guess the prestige mode, basically you have to one phase it. If you don't one phase it, you have to do all the prestige mechanics, and honestly not even worth doing. So the guns I recommend for this, I'm using the Xenophage. You can have the Wardcliff Coil if you want to, but the Xenophage and the Actium War Rig seem to do pretty great on my Titan. Just does a lot of raw DPS damage on the chandeliers at the end. And obviously once all the chains are raised, everyone wants to go to the middle. Make sure you kill the fatties, and then basically start the DPS on the chandeliers. And that's pretty much the encounter done. Now, like I said, make sure you kind of one phase it, otherwise it just kind of gets into a bunch of nonsense. Each run you can probably do in like 2 minutes. That's like a minute of getting there, and then like a minute and a half maybe of doing the actual encounter. And obviously there's a downtime of just going to orbit and repeating, but it's still pretty fast to do this week. Obviously, you can get curated gear, which is the #1 thing you kind of want to be going after in this. And obviously just a bunch of the Callus tokens. Spend the Callus tokens to get more Callus gear, and you can pretty much just get unlimited legendary shards, gear, exotics too, which is really good. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to leave you guys with our scuffed run that we did. Be sure to subscribe, jump in the Discord if you're new, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.